Hi, this is Mike. I previously did a video about how to add two numbers. Now I'm going to do a video about how to subtract two numbers. So let's take a looky-loo here. All right. Let's get rid of this here. So, how to subtract two numbers. Okay. All right. So let's look at two numbers here. We're going to look at, let's see, 41790200946, and we're going to subtract 19691130827. We're going to subtract all of these numbers. Like we did before with addition, we are going, like we did before with addition here, where we're just doing this in line. We're going to do this in line as well, except we're just going to go negative, okay? So 6 minus 7. Now remember if you've never heard of the real number line, it's this line of numbers where 0 is here, and then it goes 1, 2, 3 that way, or it can go negative, -1, 2, -2, -3 that way. Okay, so I'm going to take 6 minus 7, and if I look at my real number line, it's going to be -1. If I take 4 minus 2, that's going to be 2. If I take 9 minus 8, that's going to be 1. 0 minus 0 is 0. 2 minus 3 is -1. 0 minus 1 is -1. 9 minus 9 is 0. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 minus 9 is -8. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So we have this array here. This array is basically the answer, but we want to know what the actual answer is. So when you're doing subtraction, basically what I call, you want to make sure that either all of these numbers are negative or all of these numbers are positive when you are calculating them. So because that doesn't hold, we're going to have to reconcile this. So a rule that I follow when I'm reconciling numbers like this is I start from the left to the right. Okay, going from the left to the right. All right, if the leftmost number is positive, then what I'll do is I'll subtract 1 from that number and then add 10 to the following number. Okay, if the leftmost one is negative and the next one to it is positive, I'll add 1 to this and subtract 10 from this. So let's try that. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 10 plus -8 is 2. So let's just continue to write these out here. Okay, so look left to the right. 2, 2, 1, 0, -1. Now, if you have a case where you have a 0 here and a number that you have to reconcile here, what you want to do is take this number and bring it over here. So this right here will become 2, 2, 0, 1, 0, -1, -1, 0, 1, 2, -1. So following the same rules, so I have 2, 2, 0, 10. So basically, because this is positive and this is negative, I want to add 10 to here and subtract 1 from here. So I have 2, 2, 0, 9, and then 10 is 9, -1, 0, 1, 2, -1. Okay. Now it's still not holding here, so let's do another one. So we have 2, 2, 0, 9, 9. Well, not 9. So you subtract 1 from here, add 10 to here. That becomes 9. 0, 1, 2, -1. That's still not the answer, so we want to find the final answer. So let's look at it. 2, 2, 0, 9, 8, 9, 0, 1, and then 2, we want to subtract 1 and add 10. So that's 1, and that's 9. So this right here will be your final answer. So let's see what that is. So that answer is 2,209,890,119. So let's take a look at this using the classical way. Okay. So let's go 41790200946 minus 1969130,827. Okay, so I need to show that this number is equal to this number here. Okay, so let's see. The classical method is to subtract 1. So they have 16, you have 9. 3 minus 2 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. 0 minus 0 is 1. So subtract 1. So that becomes, let's see, 12. Oh, wait, yep, 9. 8. So 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. So that looks good. And then I'm going to borrow 1 here. That becomes 6. 18 minus 9 is 9. 6 minus 6 is 0. 4. That becomes 3. This becomes 11. 2 and 2. So these numbers match. There's a lot more borrowing that takes place up here. If it's easier for you to do it that way, that's great. With this method, it basically allows you to have some transposing capabilities. So let me show you a little bit about that. So let's say rather than take this top number and subtract this number, I want to take this number and subtract this number. Okay, so let's try that. So I have 1969130,827, and I want to subtract 41790200946. Okay, so when I get the result for this, it should be the negative of this number here. So let's see. 1 minus 4 is what? -3. 9 minus 1 is 8. 6 minus 7 is -1. That's a 0. That's a 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. 0 minus 0 is 0. 8 minus 9 is -1. 2 minus 4 is -2. And 7 minus 6 is 1. So I need to reconcile that number to make it correct. So when you're dealing with a negative number, you start from the left to the right. If you see a negative number here and a positive number here, or if when you look in the array and all of the signs don't match, excluding 0, basically that means you have to reconcile it. So let's take a look. So -3 and a +8. So I add 1, so that becomes -2. I subtract 10, that becomes -2. This is -1, this is 0, this is 1, 1, 0, -1, -2, and 1. Okay, so I look at these numbers here. I have a 0, and then I have a +1, so I want to make this number here a -10. So I have -2, -2, 0, -10, 1, 1, 0, -1, -2, 1. Okay. So then the same rule holds. -2, -2, 0. And this is plus, you add 1, so that becomes -9. If you subtract 10, that becomes -9. Then this is 1, 0, -1, -2, 1. Okay, look through this again. You have -2, -2, 0, -9. You have a negative and a positive, so you add 1. So that becomes -8. This one becomes -9. And then this is 0, -1, -2, and 1. Okay, then the final one, you have -2, -2, 0, negative, let's see, -9, -8, -9, 0, -1. So you have a negative and a positive. So you add 1, subtract 10. So that's -1, and then -9. And if you look here, this is the negative number. This is the negative version of this number. Now, one of the fascinating things about this method is that you can use it to check your work. Basically, if you invert these, like if you take this minus this, and then you add it to this minus this, your result should be 0. So let's check 2 of these. So let's take this one. Let's call this A, and we'll add this to, let's say, this one. Call this B. So we want to add A plus B. Let's see what A is. A is 2, 2, 0, 9, 9, -1, 0, 1, 2, -1. We want to add that to B. Okay, so we have -2, -2, 0, -10. Let's see, 0, -10, 1, 1, 0, -1, -2, and 1. Let's add these together. So 2 plus -2 is 0. 2 plus -2 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 plus 10 is -1. 9 plus 1 is 10. -1 plus 1 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus -1 is 0. 2 plus -2 is 0. -1 plus 1 is 0. All right, so we look at this, we see that there's a negative number here as well as a positive. Okay, so the rule is add 1, subtract 10. So that becomes 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. So this is a way to subtract 2 numbers from each other. And you can use, if you're reconciling these numbers correctly, you can use these numbers at different points to check your results. To basically see if you did it one way, and then if you did it the right way, the other direction. And if you did, then you should be able to, if you did, then you should be able to check that. One of the things that I've sort of noticed about the process of addition and subtraction is that it's sort of kind of like a wave. It's sort of some part of the theory that I'm sort of working my mental capacities into. Basically, it's like a wave of magnitudes. I'm going to go into a little bit more about that in future videos that I show, but I thought that this was kind of an interesting way to do subtraction and to, do that. Let's try, if this kind of sort of threw you for a loop a little bit, let's try a smaller number, okay? So let's try, since I went, crazy here, let's try 2 numbers. So let's try 226, And let's subtract 194. Okay, so the classical way of doing this would be 6 minus 4 is 2. You borrow the 1, and that would be 3, and that would become 0, so the answer would be 32. So let's look at this method. It's called convolution, or it's called linear convolution. I'm sorry I didn't say that before. But yeah, they refer to this as sort of like a linear convolution. You can do this with functions, but you can also do this with numbers as well. So let's go 226 minus 194. Okay, so we have 2. 2 minus 9 is negative 7. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So if we look at this array, following those rules, if you have a positive number here and a negative number here, you want to subtract 1 and then add 10. So then you have 0, 10 plus negative 7 is 3, and then 2. And then if you want to switch it up, you can go 194 minus 226. So in this case, you have, let's see what you have, negative 2, 7, and negative 1. Okay, this is negative, this is positive, so the rule is you add 1, subtract 10, that becomes 0, negative 3, and then negative 2. If you call this one A, you call this one B, you add A plus B, 0, 3, 2. And then let's say, for the heck of it, I want to call this one B instead of this. So I have negative 1, 7, and then negative 2. So then add these together. I have negative 1. Oh, sorry, my mistake. I have negative 1, 10, and 0. The rule to reconcile is you add 1, subtract 10. That becomes 0, 0, and 0. So this is a short tutorial on how to subtract two numbers. If you have to do multiple stages of subtraction, like within addition, you know what? Let's try that real quick. Let's try some multiple subtraction. So let's say I have 1,464. I want to subtract 29, and then I want to subtract 302, and then I want to subtract 27. Okay, I can break this up into pieces. So let's try 14. Let's try 1464 minus 29. So that becomes 144 and negative 5. So then I want to subtract 302. So that becomes, so this is negative, so these add up here. So this is negative 7, this is 4, 4 minus 3 is 1, and 1 minus 0 is 1. Then I want to subtract 27. So when you do this sometimes, in order to not get confused, like I almost did right here, just go ahead and add and then change the signs here. So this, negative 2, and then negative 7. All right, this becomes, let's see, 1, 1, 2, negative 14. All right, I want to reconcile this. All right, so these look good up to 2. All right, the rule is, again, if you have a positive and a negative, you subtract 1 from the positive number and add 10. So this becomes 1, 1, 1, and then you add 10, and that becomes, well, let's see, that becomes -4, all right? So that's not good. So what you could do is you could sort of alter the rules. Basically, what you could do is say, you want to add this times 10 to the point that makes this number positive, and then you want to subtract that. So let's try it this way. Let's try 1, 1. Okay, so I'm going to -2 instead of 1. All right, and then I'm going to add 20 here. So I have 0, and then I have 6. And this right here should be the answer. So let's try that. Let's try that using normal methods, doing it this way. So let's go 1464 minus 29. So you take the 6, it becomes 5. 14 minus 9 is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 1, 4, 1435. Now I want to subtract 302. It comes 3, 3, 1, 1. Okay? And then I want to, so I did this, I did that. Now I want to subtract. So hope you can see that, a little odd here. So I did this and did that. And now I want to subtract 27. So I subtract 27. So I take the 3, it becomes 2, 13, 6, 0, 1, 1, 0, 6. So this is a way that you can use to subtract if you get lost in carrying numbers and you want to stay within like a magnitude. So yeah, thank you very much. This is how to subtract two numbers. It's another part of a continuing series I'm working on. Basically, the next process that I'm going to be going through is how to multiply two numbers. I really appreciate your time and thank you very much for watching my video.